y'all. Yeah. Man, we've been doing this for quite some time, and we're gonna keep on keeping on, you know? Oh, get with it or stay away from it. But either way, we going to the top. So pandemic, can't even afford coming over. Your pay the price since it's unimportant. So unimportant. I don't need you in my life. I feel like I'm cross. I put that on God. Feeling like the top. Feeling like the king. Everything you keep, it ain't really what it seems. Traveling, seeing all the world's problems. Trying to tell you how we get it and how we can solve them. I'm on the top flight now. I came from the bottom. Ain't gotta check my credibility. They know I got them. Can't really over. I'm still getting better. You let it on me in the falling. So pandemic, you can't even afford coming on me. Your pay the price since it's unimportant. So unimportant. No, I don't want you. I don't need you in my life. Making heavy pay for the paper.
Hey man, say man, you know what it is, man. Yeah, I got my nigga K. What you gotta say to these niggas? Yeah, real shit, real life. Here we go. Hey, I feel like Cross. I'm a motherfucking boss.
Salute everybody. What's up? What's happening? What's happening? Let's go. Hey, what?
Like I'm goddamn Santa Claus.
What?
Like 2023,
What?
and you know I rock my chain.
Hey, what?
Nigga, boy, I'm grown. I ain't tryna play no
What?
games. Doing what we want, and we doing what we claim. It's crazy how they pussy niggas selling out for fame. Like, look at my neck. Look at my
What up,
worth,
Monkey
nigga.
Monkey Man?
I'ma shine
What's up
so
with you?
hard, make it
Half
hurt,
pass. What's
nigga.
up, King?
Been the way that I am since birth,
Hey,
nigga. Tabernacle in the
What?
stream with a church, nigga. I'm chosen. I'm chosen. I be in front of the camera posing. You see that choker on my neck and it's frozen. Hey, yeah, I'm chosen.
Yeah, I'm chosen.
I passed the test. Look at my name. Look at my team.
What? Look at
You
my
know we gon' win.
what?
You know we gon'
What?
win. Until the
What?
end. You know what I get. Stone C. Like my name is Smith.
Like my name is
But I know he ain't
Smith.
shit. Niggas talking, but I know he ain't shit. Run up on me, I'ma make you do flips. Do a backflip.
Up on me,
Niggas
gonna
ain't
get hit.
actress.
Bit.
I don't fuck with niggas with magic. Pull up on your mama, it's tragic. Damn. Woo. Woo.
Damn.
Hey. Woo. Woo. Hey.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch
Break it down.
Every day I wake up, I'm on my grind. All that bullshit ain't on my mind. Don't need your help, my nigga, I'm fine. I'm real.
For real. We good over here.
Riding in my whip and I be changing the lane. Got my OG saying I be staying in they brain.
Yeah, staying in
I'm
the
going
brain.
so dumb and I hopped in the game. Everything that I got came from excessive pain. Yeah, comment,
Like, comment, and subscribe. On the cross.
Keep it square business. Hey, yo, yep, like that, yo, yep, we like that, yep, we like that. Salute to everybody, man. We back at it like crack addicts, man. It's your boy Cross, Boss Cross. We here with Stone at the table too. Hey, man, y'all go check him out.
Hey, man.
We got some great stuff going on, stuff building. Salute to my nigga Dewberry. Salute to CW. Y'all go check him out. August 23rd out there in Arizona, dog. He fight little Boosie, little homeboy. Yeah, he fight little Boosie, homeboy, and he gonna beat his ass. Yeah, he gonna beat his ass. It ain't gonna be like that shit we seen Saturday.
Hey,
yeah,
whoa,
it's gonna be a different
hey.
fight.
Whoa, wait.
Yeah, I had to throw that. That was a jab. That's
Yeah,
called
I
a
know
jab. They
that.
said that's a jab.
Yeah.
Counter. Yeah, you supposed to counter. You supposed to counter now. I gotta tell
Yeah.
you, we building. What's up with your family? Hey, this grandson, great grandson in the building. Salute to the East Coast, dog. We always rocking at all times. Salute the great grandson in the building. Yeah. So we gonna go ahead and I want to talk about this. Now, I don't know if my brother saw this weekend, and I want to talk about it. And this is where our culture has got to, Mr. Smith. And when you get off later, maybe you can speak on it. Maybe you'll find something else that we can talk about it. Because school is about to start. Salute to all them young kids. The parents were able to get their kids some clothes because a lot of parents couldn't do that. And the back to school programs people are building for these kids. Salute to everybody that's helping these young kids make an easy transition to school, not to get picked on, not to have all these things that come with it in school. Because when we grew up, a lot of the thing, quote unquote, what they call bullying now, it's a regular norm. And these kids, man, they wild with it. They really wild with it. So, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about it. So I salute to all the men that stood up and went and got the clothes for their kids, stuff that they got to do. But this is disturbing for everybody, right? Chicago. No disrespect to Chicago, but like FYBG Main say, do your homework about Chicago. It hit different when you do your homework about Chicago. So that means King, what's up with you, King? So so this right here, I want y'all to see this and y'all tell me what you think. This is a new trend going around. And this is out of control. This Jersey Rich salute. So let's get into this. Let's watch this, y'all. Salute to everybody coming in.
Mayhem leads to mass arrests over the weekend, and many are wondering if this is a new get tough attitude from Chicago police.
The dozens of juvenile arrests seem to be garnering a lot of attention.
Tia Ewing is live tonight with the latest. Tia.
Well, you're right. This is a new stance from the Chicago Police Department. Majority of these teens that were arrested were charged with misdemeanors. The Chicago Police Department, they called on violence interrupters to be here on the ground to try to convince these teens to go home. Now, they believe that some of it worked because there was no one shot. But those teens did make it here to this 7-Eleven where they turned the store upside down.
Well, let's order up a mass arrest at Roosevelt and Penal.
Another teen trend in Chicago. This time there were fights.
They fighting. Hold on.
And looting. The 7-Eleven on Grinshaw and Jefferson in the South Loop was destroyed. Inside, shelves were toppled to the floor. The parking lot was trashed. Teens captured on video tossing merchandise in the air and letting off fire extinguishers. A lone 7-Eleven employee was captured cleaning up the aftermath. CPD now has a surveillance system in the parking lot after the mayhem.
I came down here to see if I can do anything, no matter if that was helping protect children as they cross the street for traffic, if that was helping making sure children are not jumping on cars.
Joseph Williams wasn't the only one that showed up on Canal and Roosevelt Sunday night.
All right, you guys, I'm out here with my boy Mackenzie. You got pee out? See passed over there.
Other community activists were called on by CPD once they knew teens were planning to show up, and they did. 300 to 400 teens converged on the streets, and the volunteers put themselves in the middle of it.
If you know some of these kids, y'all come down here and get y'all kids.
Some parents did show up.
I saw a father pull up, told his daughters, what is you guys doing down here? You guys supposed to be at a show.
But for 40 young people, it was too late. They got arrested. Some as young as 12 years old were hit with misdemeanors. It's a message that CPD wants to make loud and clear.
We haven't arrested people like that, but this group got so out of hand that we had no choice.
All right, y'all. Now, what happened, bro?
So I want to salute King of New Jersey.
Salute.
This was in Chicago.
What's up, boy?
This was in Chicago, right? Yeah. So it's got out of control, bro, where they're starting to loot. And so now kids from 11 years old are starting to get arrested now. So this is where we done got to now. Now Chicago police is saying they don't really want to do it, but what are they supposed to do when these kids are getting out of control?
Yo, man, the kids get out of control because their parents are out of control. Chicago is devil's playground. It's Satan's den, bruh. Ain't shit worth Chicago. Chicago ain't worth nothing right now. I don't care if you're from Chicago, you're not from Chicago. If you're from Chicago, you need to stand up and do something about it. If not, I don't care. Chicago ain't worth shit. I want to send my worst enemies to Chicago.
Yeah.
Don't talk, bruh.
Yeah.
Because their life don't mean nothing to them. And the kids looting, but that happens, man, because when you don't have shit, you're trying to get stuff.
Facts. Facts.
So you can't blame the kids. We gotta blame the people rich people in that town that can afford to help kids have nice school clothes or better things so they can do schoolwork with, like better computers and things. That's what they should do, man.
Right.
If not, that's just gonna happen.
I like the way you said. What you think about that, Stone? Far as that.
Okay, as far as that, I ain't gonna spin it 1,000 ways because I could. So I'm gonna say one thing. Now I agree with Bourne when he say the parents were the parents, but on the news clipping, some parents did show up. See, you got to realize, parents, yes, we men talk because we knew what we did when we was kids. So our kids, if they do certain things, we'll be able to acknowledge it, right? Half them kids out there probably don't even have a father. Probably live with their grandparents. That's old. But still to be on number one, that just show you the lawless of it. It's like I told you yesterday, Cross, about the Purge law. Even though they locking up 12-year-olds, they supposed to get locked up. Look what they doing. And you wonder why they call us buffoons and dummies and monkeys and we tear
with
our own neighborhood.
all right, with the monkey shit, man.
Man, go on.
You can't say that shit.
They look at it
you can't say that shit, bro.
Born, don't start.
Right.
Don't start, Born. I'm telling you, don't start.
Yeah, no,
I know where you're going.
Yeah.
You get my point. Fat face sucker.
Right.
Hey, Cross, I had to stop it. I knew what he was going to say.
You know where he going. You know where he going.
I know him. Born, I was going to call you this morning, too. But you good. But nah, don't do that. Don't mess up the message, though.
The messenger is saying, that's like watching the KKK person saying that shit, bro. No, bro, you can't say it.
He had to say it. Okay.
No, he's saying as far as he don't want that message. I see what he's saying. He don't want the message to get misconstrued by people saying that because we can't say that they say that because we don't want to for them to even think like that. I see what you're saying from that point. Now I get what he's saying. He ain't saying it in a bad way. He just saying it's just how you saying the wording, like where we look like that they like the old saying is ain't no home training. It's being perceived as
it ain't no home training. But I'm saying we acting like buffoons. What's the difference?
Yes. No, it is it's a big difference. Buffoons and too big.
And all that shit.
Nah, I get it. We're talking to two brothers, we dialoguing, but y'all get what I'm saying. The whole point is
without a doubt.
It was fathers that did show up. You did what I'm saying?
Fathers, they probably watch their father beat their mothers.
But they showed up, Born. It don't matter if they full of nothing. They cared enough about their kids to go down there and ask, say, what are you doing? Yeah, if it was my mom and dad, they wouldn't have asked me nothing. I just would have got drugged and punched in the face or wherever. It wouldn't have been what you're doing.
But remember, that's only a few or a couple of dads they showed. It wasn't like a bunch of parents, because first of all, you ain't even supposed to be down there doing that. Why are you down there? Again, the parents, the ones that came down there was from the kids that, wait a minute, you told me you was going to be in A, B, and C. You over here doing some other crap. You see what I'm saying? So, but what about the other kids, parents that didn't show up? That's
No, you're right about that, but it's like when we talk about these lives, let's say we got one person in the chat. That one person might be righteous. We can't save everybody. I ain't saying everybody parents was gonna come out there, I'm just saying the ones that did, we gotta commend them just for the simple fact they seen their kids on TV. Y'all remember what happened in Ferguson when that woman beat up her son for out there riding? Beat him on live TV, nationwide TV, worldwide TV. Them the type of parents that need to come out, but you gotta look at it like this too. They parents ain't number 13, 14 years older than them. Some of their parents probably told them to go down there, do your thing. That's their stuff. But that 7-Eleven, I guarantee you, in the black neighborhood.
Yeah, and that's the sad part, dog. We tearing up our, well, it ain't our shit, but where we live at, we're tearing up our neighborhood of where we live at. You see what I'm saying?
Yo, bro, them kids are hungry. They probably got no food in the house.
Man, they told a 7-Eleven up, man. Them niggas had on. I seen niggas with Jordans on. I mean, there's a bunch of kids with Jordans on, man.
But 7-Eleven got food, bro.
Yeah, but they didn't. But you talking about no, that's a new trend. I'm gonna play it back. I'm gonna play it back so you can see it. Cause I don't know if you check it out. Y'all hit that like button, y'all.
What they did inside of this 7-Eleven?
Mayhem leads to mass arrests over the weekend, and many are wondering if this is a new get tough attitude from Chicago police.
The dozens of juvenile arrests seem to be garnering a lot of attention.
Tia Ewing is live tonight with the latest. Tia.
Well, you're right. This is a new stance from the Chicago Police Department. Majority of these teens that were arrested were charged with misdemeanors. The Chicago Police Department, they called on violence interrupters to be here on the ground to try to convince these teens to go home. Now, they believe that some of it worked because there was no one shot. But those teens didn't make it here to this 7-Eleven where they turned the store upside down.
Well, let's order up a mass arrest at Roosevelt and Penal.
Another teen trend in Chicago. This time there were fights.
They fighting, hold on.
And looting. The 7-Eleven on Grinshaw in Jefferson in the...
All right, let's go back. Now, Born, they was at a, salute to Mike, you got Mike in the building. Now, they was at an auto part store at first, bro. What they need to do, work on their car?
Yeah, they need some new rims for their cars, bro, that's all.
Oh, yeah.
That's it, bro. But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. They ain't out here shooting nobody or selling no drugs, man, or hurt the community. Bro, it's some shit like that. Kids do shit like that. I did shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I ran the stores, took shit, haul ass.
But they didn't do that. They destroyed the store.
They ain't even getting no money out of it, boy. That's my whole point.
That's what I'm
they
saying.
just tow stuff up. You at least, I mean, I ain't gonna say what I want to say, but y'all know what I mean. I mean, at least get the money. You already in there. You already gonna get charged. You already got the money.
You get the money. You get the money. That's a felony. You just tear that
shit up.
There
ain't no felonies in Illinois no more. They let you out the same day. The Purge law.
The Purge law. That's what Chuck
They
Stone
not.
was
They
bringing.
no, they not. That's the fact, boy. No, they not.
Yeah,
they not getting no felony. They letting them right out. You got to have capital murder, and it's another charge. And even then, if it get dropped down, they letting you out of jail in the whole state of Illinois. Maybe that's another reason why they doing what they doing.
Yeah, could be they wilding out like that. Shit, who knows, man? That's what I said. That's just sad.
You said Purge charge.
No, it's called the Purge law. Yeah, the Purge law in Illinois.
So you can do any crime in Illinois, you get out the same day.
Well, they actually let you go, or you can get bonded, long as it's not a murder. And then when it's a murder, they still it depends on the murder. That's why the crime.
Yeah, it depends on how the murder happened. They'll let you out the same exact day. We talked about this over a year ago. Me and Cross talked about it again last night. That is a law, boy.
Yeah, the Purge law.
They letting anybody that got arrested when that happened is out of jail right now.
That's why. That's why the police said they ain't nothing they can do. Just like when somebody get robbed or they get robbed and shit, there ain't nothing they can do. Say, what can they do?
For my opinion on this, man.
Go ahead. Yeah, Mike. You
So I'm completely opposed to the whole. Yeah, we just gotta let them do. No. You see, this is why Chicago is a failed state. This is exactly why they run businesses out of there. This is exactly why a lot of the stuff goes on, because you see, we let people do things like this, and we see stuff like this in the news, and we don't want to hold them accountable, bro. This purge law has removed a lot of accountability, bro. At this point, I'm gonna be real, bro. We need martial law, bro, because people is acting a damn fool in Chicago, and we gotta set a standard. You can't act like a fool. And first of all, they destroy their own communities. They don't go to big corporations. They don't do anything like that. All they do is destroy their own damn stores. There's no excuse for that. Accountability has to have. And I did a lot of dumb shit when I was a teen, but I never went to a store and destroyed it. And shit, I knew better. If we got out of line down south, we was gonna have to deal with it. There was consequences for things like this. So, I don't like this, and I don't like removing our people of accountability, because that's what gets us looked at as clowns.
Yo,
Yeah,
they are,
pass like
yo, bro. They are clowns in Chicago. Everybody in Chicago is clowns, bro. Them dumb niggas walking around dressed like sissies and killing people, man.
Man, born when I was shooting a music video, there was a 12-year-old on the bike, man. Just because he saw us, just because he saw me and three other brothers, he took off on the bike. That's how paranoid they be out there, bro. Shit just happened for no reason, no explanation, no history, nothing. Just boom. Like, it's just crazy out there, bro. It's retarded.
Yo, if they dropped a napalm bomb on Chicago, I wouldn't give a fuck. Chicago,
Damn, boy. Hold on, no, let me rebuttal. Let me rebuttal the boy. God, buddy. If them your people,
they make my people, bro.
Hold on.
They make my people. They make my people.
You said you God body, so our people your people.
Nah, them people ain't my people.
You are God, right?
I don't consider savages my people.
Are you God?
But yeah, but wait a minute. But born, you got to remember now. There's somebody grandmama didn't do that. Now there's some grandmamas.
Man, the grandma should whoop their ass when they was little.
Why is it boys? You already know, boy.
Man, come on, man.
Oh man. All right, so let's watch this again, boy. You said about food. Now you said they needed car worked on. So let's keep going.
No one shot, but those teens did make it here to this 7-Eleven where they turned the store upside down.
Show you love. What's up, boy?
Was ordered of a mass arrest at Roosevelt Penal.
Another teen trend in Chicago. This time there were fights.
They fighting. Hold on.
And looting. The 7-Eleven on Grinshaw and Jefferson in the South Loop was destroyed. Inside, shelves were toppled to the floor. The parking lot was trashed. Teens captured on video tossing merchandise in the air and letting off fire extinguishers. A lone 7-Eleven employee was captured cleaning up the aftermath. CPD now has a surveillance system in the parking lot after the mayhem.
I came down here to see if I can do anything, no matter if that was helping protect children as they cross the street for traffic, if that was helping making sure children are not jumping on cars.
Joseph Williams wasn't the only one that showed up on Canal and Roosevelt Sunday night.
All right, you guys, I'm out here with my boy Mackenzie. We got P out. See passed over there.
Other community activists were called on by CPD once they knew teens were planning to show up, and they did. 300 to 400 teens converged on the streets. And
that's why I said, you talking about 300 teens come out on the street, dog. Like, why? Like, they knew they was coming. They said the police didn't want to do nothing, so they called the pastors and all them. The problem is them pastors don't even have no authority no more.
Nah, man.
They don't fear the law, bro. They don't fear it.
Yo, bro, they should have called the gangbangers out there. They big homies. Maybe they big homies gonna stop it. But their big homies probably send them to do the shit. You never know, man. Come on, man.
That's real.
Exactly.
That's real.
They don't fear the law, man.
And everybody
fear being still.
And then hold up, there's Stone talking about, oh, I'm God, you God body. You should say, man, fuck that, man. If you Christian, you should, man. It's a bunch of bullshit out there, bro. How many murders Chicago have this year, bro? Alone? 300, 400, 500 already? The year even halfway through yet? Come on, man. Nah, man. They, like you said, they should have martial law out there. All the little bastards should be locked the fuck up and thrown away the key, man. Because they come from savages, bro.
But you can't say that. But you can't say.
My brother.
But right, but you can't say everybody. And I like the what you said because I respect what you're saying because that's the way you see it, and I respect that. But I'm saying is it fair to put everybody in that bubble? Because everybody. I'm just asking you, respect.
Check this out. Check this out. You remember the Bible, Sodom and Gomorrah, right?
Facts.
They said if you find one good person, we'll let them go.
Yeah.
Old girl turned that. She said, if you turn around and look back, you're gonna turn into a pillar of salt, right? That's what God told her, right? You turn around, look back, yo, bruh, that's Sodom and Gomorrah, bruh.
Hold on, let's say this. Where is God in Chicago? I don't see a God in Chicago right now. So I'm agree with you on this, boy. I don't see God over there. I see the devil. I feel like God gave devil the city of Chicago.
Sodom and Gomorrah. Sodom and Gomorrah.
Do as you want with this city. Like he said, Sodom and Gomorrah. So one day he's gonna come back and he's gonna save it. And it's gonna be that one woman, like he said, Lot's wife, that's gonna turn around. She gonna miss her home. She gonna miss where she used to walk the streets and buy fruits.
Come on.
Hold on, and when she turn around, just because you missed it that much, but you didn't listen to the message, your city is gone, it's dead. I agree with Bourne on that. But what I'm saying is, the Bible ain't gonna say everything. How we know it was other people that didn't escape out of Sodom and Gomorrah? The boy lovers, the boys that beat on Lot door trying to rape the men and not the women. Now that's in the Bible. I didn't write it.
Yeah.
I know it's in the Bible.
I know y'all know. I'm just, I'm speaking to the crowd.
Yeah,
I'm speaking to the YouTube world.
Facts.
On the real note, bro, there
make.
has to be a standard set though. People need to get locked up. Like they need, like we can
No,
sit here.
that ain't always the key though.
Man, no, there
That
has
ain't
to be
always-
fear in the law. If you don't fear the law, this is what you get.
But it ain't up to man to make that judgment. You ain't no better than the people in Chicago and
but you gotta respect the land of the law. You gotta land. Yeah, you gotta respect the land of the law too as well. The law is enforced by the land. Yeah, it might not equal up to a lot of people different ways of looking at life or religion, but the law of the land is still the law of the land. You gotta.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I agree with Bourne and Mike. What I'm saying, I'm just saying it. I agree with y'all 100%.
You're playing devil's advocate, and I see what you're saying. You're looking at it from another person's point of view. I'm with you on that.
But I do agree. That's gonna be the next Sodom. It wouldn't be a purge law. Come on, man. That was a movie.
True.
Look, there's a movie we watched. We never thought that was gonna be reality.
That's true.
That was a movie.
Yeah, they
a
created
movie
that
became a law.
And it's crazy because that law is only in Chicago. It's a purge law. That's why
I'm gonna say something. In Jersey, the law kind of saying because they got the Bail Reform Law, the Bail Reform Act.
And what is that? Break that down to everybody.
A Bail Reform Act is they don't have no bail bonds, no bail, or you get no bail in Jersey, right? They let you go themselves. They let you go. They give you build up points. They can let you go. People get go robbery charge, aggravated assault with gun charges. They let you go straight. They let you go. Keep letting you go, and they keep building them, filling up until they won't let you go no more.
Wow.
You got kids getting 40, 50, 60, 100 years.
Damn.
Because they got
like 5 separate cases. In Jersey, hold on, boy. Let me ask you this.
Go ahead, break it down.
So in Jersey, that's what they giving kids, that type of time?
Man, they give everybody that man. If you get caught, they let you go as many times as they want to. Your points are just building up. Once your points is building up to the max, where they don't have to let you go no more, man, they let you sit there, man, and you never go nowhere, bro, because you can't get a bail.
Damn.
So I got a question. So it's basically on a point scale. Basically, they base everything.
Scale.
There you go. Punch point. Damn, that's deep.
Okay, so let's say I lived in New Jersey, right? And let's say I don't know the laws. Let's say I'm an out-of-towner that moved to New Jersey, right? I do something, I get out. I do something again, I get out. I do something again, I get out. I'm thinking I'm winning, but really, I'm losing. Because they get building up, like y'all said, a point system. Once you reach this number, you ain't never getting out now.
Yeah.
God damn, boy, that's a cold thing. I ain't never heard no law like that, man.
Yeah, that's why.
But look, that's a different form of the purge law, though.
That's what I said. That's what I just said. Because you build up your points. You got a robbery. You get caught with 2 keys. You shoot somebody. You get caught with a gun. You get caught with another 2 keys. Now, the second time you get caught with a bunch of drugs and guns, know what they're gonna after the 5th one? Know what they're gonna do? You ain't getting no bail, and the feds coming to get you.
Well, and that's why I was trying to explain the Stone with my peoples, you know what I'm saying? Free my peoples. Y'all know who y'all is. I ain't gonna say your names. I talk to you. But that's why I told Stone, and like even with Born know that with my people. When we get on the phone from the East Coast, when we talking to them, we talk crazy to them because you know the game. Like the game is set up, and the half of them get out. Like average people, like I told you, man, and people don't realize on the East Coast, man, your cousins and them and your uncles, you might get a chance to kick it with them for like good 2 years. Then you won't see them for 5. Then you might see them for 3. Then you might not see them for a while. Then they come back out, and then they might do some shit. You might, it's just what it is, and it's messed up.
Then next thing you know, they got 20 years. They want motherfucker to write a bid out with them. Yeah. Nah, man, get your ass out of here, nigga.
Exactly.
Hey, can I say this? Now I get when Born used to say, I lived in Houston. Born lived in Houston. He lived there. Like that Commonwealth stuff, you know, I didn't learn that until y'all.
Yeah,
I'm like, dang, you get judged by your peers. So, yes. but look, imagine if that law in New Jersey was in Texas. And the way we thinking we beating the system. So when you do get caught, you never get out. It ain't no pleas. It ain't no pleas. It ain't no making appeals and doing this, that, and other. We let you out 20 times, man. You still couldn't get it right. Man, if that law implied in Texas, man.
That's why we get mad at our family members. Like Born got, we get mad at them because when you're young, ain't nobody telling you nothing, right? So you doing a lot of shit, but you getting out. The smart ones say, yo, I ain't trying to go back, yo. But the other ones, that's why the old saying is, man, I can do it standing on my head. That's what we used to say. Man, my cousin, man, it's nothing, it's light. That's why when you hear me talk to my family, I'm like, man, it's light, dog, it's regular. But when you get old enough and you trying to find something to live for, it ain't regular no more. That shit is scary. That shit, man, because these niggas nowadays, they getting too old, 40, 50 years old, you getting locked up, man. Man, that shit dumb.
Nigga, you're a grandfather now, nigga. You going back and forth to jail.
That's dumb, bro. That's dumb. I don't care what nobody
I ain't gonna lie, Born and Cross. Y'all messed my head up today, boy.
Yeah.
Cause I'm really sitting up here thinking about these laws y'all saying, right? And I'm just applying it to Texas. Man, I'm surprised they ain't adopted that yet. Then they can get rid of all Negroes.
Well, you know
why? But Texas got the harshest law penalty. You get caught with a gram of crack, you go to jail for 10 years.
Yep.
Nah, I'm gonna tell you like this. No, you don't. You get caught, every rock you got is 5 years apiece. Yeah, they're running concurrent.
Yeah.
But let's say you get caught with, you know, y'all know.
So you get caught with a kilo of crack. A kilo of crack, you done.
So that's 20. But you'll get more time getting caught with less.
Yeah,
that's the cold part about it.
That's the truth.
You can have 5.
Like one thing about Texas, I know even in the South, the weight, it's better to get caught with a lot of weight than to get caught with something because
manufacturer.
Yeah, but what happens is the weight thing is you can get caught with the trafficking or you get caught with more of a than the dish. When you get caught with little small things, man, that should have had your ass because they know that you ain't really got. So they'll hit you with so many charges. But when you got one, you got a lawyer. If anything, you might do a couple years or whatever. Like in Texas, you get caught.
You're gonna do it in the feds. If you get caught with like what Cross saying, you ain't gotta worry about TDC. You're gonna get 5-10 years in the feds, but get caught with 5 dime rocks. Nigga, that's 5 years apiece. Or 10 years in certain cases. Even though it's gonna get ran concurrent, you probably do the 10 or however it go.
You gotta remember too, Stone, in y'all state, nigga, y'all got what is she, Big Bertha? Y'all, that's the reason why. Cause it'd be a lot of y'all be them burned up all type of electricity, electrocute motherfucker. See what I'm saying?
Look, that's in Huntsville. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, in Huntsville, in the whole state of Texas, bro, when somebody die here, when they cut that red light on, that means they getting executed. No, that means they already got executed.
Damn. See,
And
that's
look,
crazy.
I'm telling you, that's 2 hours away from where I live. That's in between Dallas.
But what I'm saying, I'm gonna ask you something real fast. Do y'all get notifications when the red light come on and go off?
On the news, it's on every news channel. It don't matter what time of the night it is.
Wow. That's wrong, bro. That's
Yeah,
so
it don't
wrong.
matter what time. It could be 11, 12 o'clock at night.
The motherfucker like,
Crossing, I mean, going
hold up, we're about to kill your son at 11:55,
11:55
11:59 p.m.
on the news.
On the news.
Wow.
And when they done killing them, y'all to look at the faces of the people that's out there, protesting for their life. Because you know how many people that was innocent in Texas that didn't do nothing. Then they find out later these cats really didn't do that. DNA evidence come out, but they dead now. So imagine being a mother and a father riding with your son 20, 30, 40 years, and he on death row, can't see nobody. If it's a visit, it's a special visit. Or maybe the CEOs that went in there. I ain't never been to
behind the
the
ball. But they have business. But they have business behind the glass. You don't get no contact visit.
No, but sometimes they'll cancel it, man. I'm telling you. Listen to me, boy. Sometimes let's say you too smart. Let's say you in there reading books and you trying to go to the law library trying to get yourself out. Them CEOs will take that as disrespect and beat on you and put you in a compromised position to where you have to protect yourself. So all that come into play when you ask for leniency. And when that governor call right there, when they make that call and say, well, it's been denied, and then right after that call, they put all that stuff in you, and then you feel yourself dying, they put 3 shots in you. One, I don't know what the one do, but the second one, it take your motor skills away. Where you can't move, you just crying, helpless. The third one, that's the killer. You dying after this. And imagine you turn around looking at this shit go inside you, knowing you finna die. And knowing you innocent, but nobody wanna hear it. It's like screaming in jail. You can scream to the top of your lungs, but nobody hears you. Because no grown man likes to be locked up. Born, you know that. No grown man likes to be locked up. It ain't like you can walk out that motherfucker when you want to.
Right.
That what drives grown men crazy. Because a grown man used to coming and going when they want to. But now you got to listen to them folks. They tell you when to come and go. My bad, y'all.
Nah, you good. You good. Salute, Ja. We got Ja in the building.
Big bro Ja, what's up?
Peace to the kings and queens of Plug Planet. Y'all already know, man. Let's go.
What's
How
up,
y'all
baby?
be, my brothers?
Oh, my bad. I got caught up in the zone, and I appreciate Boone and Cross and Mikey. They ain't even cut me out, but I'm passionate about that, man. Like, that's my dream, and like, bro, that's my dream. Cross know this. I might do a lot of bullshit, but my dream is to help the homeless, bro, and help these brothers get out of jail, nigga, that ain't supposed to be there.
Yeah, so one of the things, and maybe Ja could speak on it, and I don't know if he's been listening. Shout out Jay Rowland. Jay Rowland said, so one part of the conversation is how wicked Chicago is, and they need law and order. But in Texas, y'all feel sad for the people in Texas and the penal system. Sad.
Jay Rowland, hold on. You took that the wrong way.
Right.
I already know where you getting at. You know you my boy, but I think you just now coming in and catching the late part. Just go back and listen.
The penal system is
Go ahead, Ja.
Really, the penal system is just the advanced structure of physical slavery. When you look at the Constitution, the 13th Amendment, it tells you that there is no legal activity of slavery allowed in America unless it's in retribution of commission of a crime. So when you commit a felony, now you are legally allowed to be regulated into slavery or a form of slavery. And the prison industrial complex is a form of slavery. They just use it to manipulate minds based upon your cultural location. So if you're down
Peace,
south
y'all.
and if
Yo,
you're in
peace,
the
y'all.
south, you will make, your crime. If you get caught with drugs down south, you going to jail for good. Adversely, in the north, it may get a slap on the hand in comparison to the time. If you
Right.
get caught with a gun in the north, you're going to jail for good because culturally they have affixed it so that that crime will fix
Mm-hmm.
your actual environmental structure.
Hey,
So,
yo, John.
so
Hold
they,
up,
so,
John.
so
John,
they,
real quick, John, real quick. Tell them about the
so,
Bell Reform Law in Jersey.
oh yeah, man. Look, when you get arrested in New Jersey now, you don't get no bail. There's a determination made within 5 days whether or not you could be released on your own recognizance until they give you another court date, or you're just remanded until your court date. So you can forget
And
about the
most of the
constitutional
people,
bail.
and hold up,
Silent salute.
and most of the people, right? And
Yeah.
most of the people, right? They let them they let them go home 3 or 4 times before they
Right?
recommend them to stay.
Facts. They
My
just did it
boy,
to my
my
son's
boy,
boy.
a word.
Just did it. He young. But see, what I do is I try to teach the youth the way, born, we was taught the game. Like I was raised in a home that
Yeah,
taught me the
yeah,
game. My uncle used to always
yeah.
tell me only two
How
types
you
of
doing,
people.
Sally?
He used to tell me only two types of people love prison. And sometimes these two people are one person. And that's homosexuals and dummies. Sometimes you could be dumb and a homosexual. So those are only
Yeah.
two people that like prisons. He said punks and dummies. So if you one or the other, or you're both, then you like being there. So when I went to prison, I learned right away, hey, this is inhumane. That means I'm not human when I'm here. So I got to get the fuck out of here and I ain't coming back. So my whole thing was to learn how not to go back to prison because crime was just a part of our environment. You're going to interact with crime.
So Josh, so real fast, we got a question to ask my brother Josh. So what is the remedy for someone who's been a victim of a crime? Should we be an uncivilized people and take matters in our own hands?
Well, every crime has its levity of justice. So when we're dealing with a crime, let's say, as I tell people this, there's degrees to crime. You can't you can't tell me that if I commit a sin, like I steal a piece of candy, I should serve the same time as someone that robbed the bank. There's a
Right.
different activity or severity of punishment, but justice is equal. That's why the scriptures tell us an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. What you take
Come on,
from
man.
me, I'm gonna take from you. You kill my cat, I'm gonna kill your dog. See, that's
Facts.
equal justice because justice holds equality, and equality is based on the activity of freedom. So if you're a free man, mentally and physically, which we have a problem with as a people, we don't understand. We can demand justice, and when we get justice, it will be equal. But if we aren't a free people, mentally and physically, when we get a crime committed against us, we become a victim of someone else's tyranny. We can't find justice for us equally. And that's why we have the prison industrial system, because you're going to jail for things that your white counterpart in the same country wouldn't go to jail for the certain same amount of time.
Right.
White people go to jail for heinous crimes. They don't go to jail for the commonality of crime that their environment doesn't produce for them versus our environment. If you take a young boy in our community, he can go to jail 20 times, bro, in the first 30 years of his life. And it's insane because I got first locked up when I was 11 years old. I was in the Mercer County Youth Detention Center. See, by the time I was 15, I went to Spofford. So,
Facts.
like, we got all of these, programs is made to take care of the little nigga. And we
Yeah.
have to, it's incumbent upon us as black people
Valley
to
Bird,
unite
salute,
our
brother.
mindsets and stop being the common nigger or the commodity of America. Because that's basically what we are. We go to prison, bro, and we feel all of these privatization acts that these companies have made law. So now Xerox and IBM, all of these people own prisons. And
Facts.
those prisons are rapidly
Private.
being built. We got
Yeah.
more prisons than we got schools.
Yeah. Private investors. So I'm glad y'all said so. I'm glad I got all y'all kings on here. Now check this one out, and I want to hear what y'all got to say, and we're going to break this down. So get ready for this one.
I ain't touch you, cause I don't want you. Size.
Here we go.
Size.
Let me go back. Apologize.
I ain't doing you dirty. I ain't touch you. I ain't touch you, cause I don't want you. Size. 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 When I get my keys, when I leave first. Go get. I know, that's why I'm finna leave first. Money!
So for folks that don't know that was Mama Duck and her baby daddy, and her being in Chicago could have been got out of there. And again, this is what I'm talking about. This is where I just
Well,
wanted
she
to
got
link.
shot or she got her ass whooped?
No, she got ran over. She
Got
got
hit.
with a leg.
Man, she should have moved that fucking car, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Y'all know that shit. Y'all know that shit ain't right, man.
Yeah.
Men, we get made held accountable for all that dumb shit these women do to us, bro.
Yep.
She should have moved her car, man. He wanted to go. She wouldn't let him go. They ran her ass over. Man,
right.
That's what it is, man. Stupidity is stupidity, man. That's stupidity, man. I'm not gonna. If somebody need to go and I don't want those smoke, I'm gonna move my shit the way so they can go. I'm not gonna block the men and try to be disrespectful and talking to them like they're little fucking punk ass boy or something. That's what she was doing.
Yeah.
That's why her sons where they at. Because of her. She the reason her sons are dead. Because they learned from her stupid ass.
I told you, Cross, she had plenty of fun.
I agree with every sentiment he just said.
Yeah, I want y'all to speak on this, but then
You know what's real?
But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna answer this one for also like whatchamacallit made a question. I'm gonna let y'all speak and then I'll double back. Go ahead.
True. You know what's real though, brother. The fact that we as a people, and I keep centering back to black people because that's my experience, that's my concern and my investment, that's where my love is at, and that's what I study. So we as a people, bro, there's no one that's civilized or have a civil authority amongst us. You know, I was my brother and them was out in Vegas this weekend, and they were at the fights, and Terrence Crawford made a real plea to the people, like, yo, like, stop the bullshit. All of this women arguing and bickering and creating these fights for men to have to deal with when y'all not the ones fighting. But
Right.
the whole week, black people had arguments after arguments, fights after fight. Man, they was tearing Las Vegas up, bro. And I was so glad I didn't go out there, man, because I hate looking at us in this situation. But if that sister would have just, if someone would have just said something of clarity to the sister, our problem is that we don't be proactive to involve ourselves. Neither are we civilized enough to listen to reason when
Yeah.
someone is saying something proper to us.
No, that's real. So
Yeah.
Mikey, what you think about that?
I think that you can't cast stones before swine, pearls before swine. Mama Duck is obviously ignorant. You feel what I'm saying? And she puts herself into a lot of the situations. So yes, we gotta have clarity, but at the same time, we gotta have accountability. She plays dumb games all the time, and guess what? She got a lot of dumb prizes, which ended up with a lot of her children having an early demise. So she needs to be accountable, and she needs to be a grown up. I'm sorry, bro. Like, in order to fix the problems, we got to call out the goofy first and foremost.
Facts. There you go, Maki. That's why I fuck with Maki. Maki listens to the OGs. You know what it is. She's a typical woman that was cry wolf 100 times until a wolf really come and bite her head off. You dig what I'm saying? And nobody gonna kill no more. You cry wolf like 3 times already. You lie like 3 times. You play victim like 3 times. I'd have ran over her ass too. I don't care what nobody said.
I
Ain't no
thought you
laws
was
in
supposed
Chicago
to get your
anyway.
son across the street.
Hey,
It sounded like
get your
somebody
ass
in an
up there. Get
airplane.
down.
Nah. So I see it was a question that was put up. Jay Rowland said, Ja, if I commit murder, should I be locked up? And if so, does the laws that are in place or some conspiracy just lock people up?
Well, if the brother said if he commit murder, should he be locked up? It's
That's
depending on who you kill, bro. For some justice is exercised by the hand that the damage has been done to. If that's the case, you won't go to jail. Example, just an example, illustratively speaking. If you kill my son, you're not going to jail. I mean, even if they send you to jail, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go kill one of your children and your parents. See, anything that you love. Yeah, I'm giving you Islamic law. Anything that you love, I'm gonna go kill until I get to you. But the art of war tells us, yeah, when you're in commission of emotional a
hold on
tragedy
for a minute. No,
while at war.
hold on for a minute, John, because I want to make sure that we get an understanding. He said that. So Jay, I'm gonna drop this link. I'm gonna drop the link so that way you can be able to ask John. So that way, you know what I mean. So you'll get an understanding. So that way, I don't want you to keep typing where he has it because he don't want to misconstrue nothing. So.
Right.
Because I know
Right.
him.
Well, I'm
So,
gonna answer it. Yeah, I'm answering it.
I dropped the link.
I'm answering it on both sides, though. Cross.
No,
I'm gonna
it's
let him
not.
know
Hold
that.
on. Let
Yeah.
John do that.
Hey,
Yeah,
John.
Yeah.
Hey, John.
yeah, go ahead.
Hey, look, let me
There's
say
a
this,
law.
man. We're going to continue this talk because I'm going to go live after Cross. And look, that brother, he in OI too.
No, I know that, but he'll be able to talk to John. Let him get on here
Yeah.
because I don't want nobody to
Yeah.
misconstrue.
I
Because
want to
again,
answer
this
the
all.
question.
Yeah, that he want to answer the question. So let John answer the
Right.
question.
Right.
So
There's a duality
yeah,
to the question. When we speak on the laws in which we live, meaning America has a law that says accordingly one shall not commit murder. There's 4 factions of murder that one is committed, that can be committed or convicted of in America. Now, according to the law, when you
yeah.
kill someone, you
Once,
should be arrested.
my apologies, John. Again, that's why I'm saying.
True.
He said, "No, I'm not NOI." Hey, Jay Roland, just hit the link, dog. That's what I'm saying. I don't. You're more than welcome to come on here, bro. I don't. Like I said, we don't want to misinterpret nothing. Again, we not.
Right.
I don't. Yeah. So John is on here so you can get an understanding. It's all about building, bro. I don't want to put nothing on your name or who you is. I don't know you, so we coming on here as men. So you got a question to ask. I want you to be able to ask the question. You know what I'm saying? To build.
Hit that like button. Hit that like button. This is quality
Yeah,
content. You
just
ain't gonna get it nowhere else.
yeah, for
True
real.
indeed.
This is good deep. This deep building. So I'm sorry. I apologize, John. I
I
didn't want to
love
cut
that
you
we
up.
all
No,
don't
no,
agree too. I love that we all
no,
have
no,
different
no doubt, my brother.
Okay, hold on.
understandings.
Okay, here go Jay.
You
Here
know,
go Jay. Here go Jay. Here go Jay. All right, here we go.
What's up?
Salute, Jay. Salute, Jay
peace,
Rolling in
peace.
the building.
No, the question I'm saying is, like, I heard him prior to the brother jumping on there. They was talking about Chicago and how crazy it is and it's lawless. Then he jumped to the state of Texas where I'm from, and then people were kind of feeling like I guess Texas is too harsh on crime. So the question, I mean, what I was saying was, that's what happens when you don't have law and order in your state. It turns into Chicago, but then people in Texas who may have a different opinion about, you laws keep society protected. You know, not to the 100%, probably not even 75%, but Texas ain't going through what Chicago's going through. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, but that's where the question was coming from.
Yeah, no, yeah, and you were talking about what else did jump to? Well, I believe there's consequences in everything you do. So
Right.
I mean, if I like me, I'm a man. You know, I don't blame nobody for none of my condition at all, right? If I commit a crime, I shouldn't blame nobody if I have to go to prison and sit down for it. Now, one thing that struck me when you were talking is when you were locked up, you said it's inhumane, and I'm gonna do everything in my power not to go back. You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
um, I think that was like I was like, damn, that's some deep shit right there. For someone that most people get locked up and don't even look at the situation like that. It's like, oh, well, I'm gonna come in here and do what I got to do and get out. But once your civil rights and your liberties are taken away when you're incarcerated, uh, and your freedom, most people don't look at it like that.
Hey, J.
And
Rollin, can I ask you a question, J. Rollin, real quick?
what's going on?
Are you a black man or are you like Mexican or Puerto Rican or something like that?
Biracial.
Biracial. Okay. So
Yes.
I'm gonna say this real quick. And I'm gonna say this, and no disrespect is meant, but I'm gonna say this right here. Yo, a lot of biracial kids, I know a lot that don't even consider themselves being black. They they go more towards their white side. And the reason I say they do that is because they got their powers on the white side. So they try, some of them try to just own their black side by marrying white women or white men. You know what I'm saying? So you say there's law, you say the laws and all this stuff, bruh. But you got an upper hand on us, bruh. Because I don't believe that
Mm.
I don't believe that you came from the slums of the gutter. I believe that you had a silver spoon in your mouth. I'm just no,
Okay.
I'm just
No, no,
saying.
no, no, brother. Look, I wish I had a silver spoon in my mouth, right?
Uh,
I really wish I did, but no. How do you say it? On my ID, I put black. You asked me, what am I? I said biracial, but identify as black. My mother was black. I was raised, with my mother. My father was gone. I mean, life wasn't easy. Single mother with 4 kids. So I don't know where the
okay.
silver spoon. I wish I had a silver spoon.
Uh,
Well,
no,
I believe
your talking
Born
points.
was
Your talking
yeah,
points.
I believe Born
What?
Was speaking on your verbal perspective comes across culturally as if
Oh,
that's why he asked you that, because the concepts of dialogue that we got comes from a certain mindset. So he didn't identify that mindset as being culturally in alignment. So he asked you that, from a inquisitive and a scientific, position. So
yeah.
naturally, of course, to answer your initial question, yes, law is necessary for civilized people. But when you're dealing with savages, there are certain penalties that come from savage behavior. And we
Right.
take case in point. Chicago has, in recent years, especially the last 15
Look,
to 20 years, become,
brother,
one of the
can
main
I,
murder capitals. Prior to
can I,
Chicago, prior to
okay.
Chicago, DC, um, Indiana, Little Rock, Gary, Indiana, Little Rock, Arkansas, Camden, New Jersey, they had the murder capital, murder per capita. However, we just all watched last Halloween, um, my man Takeoff get murdered in Houston, and that was lawlessness. You feel me? So it's not just where you at; it's the culture of environment that has been bred and we've been placed within.
Right.
You,
Fact.
you like myself, when we raised by a single mother in the hood without a father, some people didn't get the lessons that I got or that Born got from our cultural environment, which was other men had an authority over us, even though they wasn't in our home raising us. You feel me? So we were taught don't keep going to prison. But if you keep going to prison, you got to be this. I was taught both. Don't keep going. But if you got to go, this is the type of person you got to be when you get there, or you won't survive. See, I was taught that at a young age. So when I was in Rikers Island going to Elmira, I knew for a fact there was a certain way I had to be. But I was around other people that were my age, bro, that didn't know shit, and they became victims right away as soon as we got there. So it's definitely it's who you are. When we say black, we don't mean skin color. We mean who you are culturally, your way of living, how you were raised, the values, the standards, and the laws that made you who you are. So 100% law is necessary. However, the penalty for violating the law of man is another. So you can violate the law of the land, that's one thing. But when you violate me in that fashion, I have already lived the life of one given justice and penalty in that way. So of course I can be the executor of my own justice when one does a tragedy of detriment to me and mine. So be careful who you mess with and who you kill, because you don't know the price of that person. As I told the DA in Tennessee last year, my son's life is worth 50. So y'all be wise in what y'all do with him. See? And I told him that in the courthouse. That's just the man that I am. However, the law of the land stands, because as a man, you can't fight an army. We know that. That's why niggas don't shoot back at cops.
Niggas don't shoot back at cops because niggas are punks.
That's my point. That's my point. You don't shoot back at an army, but you'll shoot back at a gangster or a gangbanger. Get it?
Mm-hmm.
See, in your mind, you already know it's only 2 cops, but in your mind, you see the millions and millions of cops behind them. And those 2 cops is up against 20 people that got guns. Everybody put their hands up. See, that's the way we are. But we already know the real life, man. If I'm pulling this thing, everybody get it. If you got a heartbeat, nigga, you get it too. That's the truth.
Hold up. I'm gonna keep it real. I live in Philly now. I don't live in Jersey anymore. I live in Philly now. And these Philly bulls, they put that working on these police out here, yo.
What?
I'm telling you, man.
What?
I mean, you know how many police got knocked off this year alone?
I know, bro. Look. And they setting it on cops. So man, they setting it over cops in Philly. Philly is allowing people that past criminal records to become policemen, bro. Worse. Oh, I know a nigga that got a felony that's a cop in Philly, bro.
Yeah,
they gave him a preventative badge, bro. Philadelphia, you used to have to be 35 and under. But you know the danger to that? I'm gonna tell you the danger to that though. Biden just passed that law. They're about to make all of those Ukrainians and Bosnians and all of them people the police and correction officers in America now, bro. Because now you could be a law enforcement officer. Prior to March 31st this year, you couldn't be a law enforcement officer if you wasn't born in the United States. Now they're about to put those people in our streets and allow them people to patrol us with an authority to kill.
Be racist. And be racist.
Yep. Instead of us teaching our children now to become police officers so we could police our own neighborhoods. See, that's what a real people do, a civilized people. But when you're a slave, you just trade it from one master to the next. That's why our business is non-existent in the black community.
Facts.
Black schools are non-existent because prisons are the new schools. It's always has been, bro. They make our schools dysfunctional, give us inferior education, so we become frustrated with life, and they know we going to prison. By the time we're in the 6th grade.
Check this out, John. Check this out. But I'm gonna keep it real. In New Jersey, at one time, you was in prison, you were able to get your college degree, trade, skill for you.
They stopped all that. New York was like that too. Yep. They stopped all that because they don't want us to rehab ourselves. It's not about rehabilitation. How can you rehab? If you want to rehab black people, don't put the money into the prisons, put the money into the communities. See? Simple. It's real simple. But we aren't smart enough to say, hey, why are all the prisons built in the suburbs where the white boys that don't get a college education or barely graduate from high school get $100,000 a year job being over my children and my grandchildren? Because remember, when you work somewhere for 30, 40 years, bro, from the time that you're 20 to 65, you've already seen 2 generations. So the people that the people you started watching when you got hired at 20, You done seen their sons come through and their sons come through. And you done got a pension and put your children through college while our children is in their college. It's
Fact.
called prison. See, the prison industrial complex. It's just us, bro. It's us. And we have to, at some point, stop blaming each other for what we're not doing and start doing so we can put the finger at the one who got us doing.
Yo,
Exactly.
At
that's one
some
thing I have
point,
respect for Jersey and New York for is no privately owned prisons in New Jersey or New York.
because New York contracted. This how they get you, boy. They don't got the contracts with the prisons as far as they own it. They own the supplies that the prisons function under, like
Yeah.
Corecraft in New York. You feel me?
Right.
Like they own the soap, the food, the commissary. They own everything that the prison functions under, even the steel that they built the bars and the locks for, bro. These investors. See, so the prison don't got their name on it because they have what they call an obscure investment. And when you invest in obscurity, that's the most powerful form of business ownership. The guy that you never really see, nothing, his name ain't even tied to nothing, but he owned all of this shit. And that's how they got us functioning. So we have to change. And we got to stop going to jail in order to change it, bro. We really got to create our own system, our own culture of living. And that's how we change our reality.
Indeed. Indeed. Go on, Minister Farrakhan.
Fuck prison, bro. Fuck
Assalamu
prison, bro. Wa alaikum salam, my brother. Peace to the gods and earth. We got to build a better place for our children, bro. We don't give a fuck about nothing else, man. That's why I asked the question last week, the other day, bro. What's the most valuable material on the planet? It's human beings. It's life.
Black man with an education. That's the most valuable
facts,
person
bro.
on the planet.
That's
Black
facts.
with education.
If we start valuing life over everything else, this costume, jewelry, man-made diamonds, Mercedes-Benz, BMs, and Porsches, if we just value life over all of these white men names, because every time you look at something of value, it's his name on it. From Smith & Wesson to the dollar bill, it's his name on it. We don't got shit. And you ain't nothing, bro. If you don't got a face on the currency in your country, you're not a citizen of that country. Every country you go to on the planet got those people that of that country face on it. Ain't no fake black face on nothing, no money here, bro. When will we stop bullshitting, bro, and start handling our business? Stop being slaves and savages and start being civilized men. That's only gods. Men that rule with force and power, bro. That's who we are. Men and women that should be ruling with force and power. We should be gods amongst others, bro. Gods amongst the gods. And white people done gave it to us in every activity. You go to school, you learn mythology, bro. That's white people giving you a whole quandrum, bro, of nothing but white gods and goddesses. And we learn that. We know who Zeus and Venus and all of them is, Aphrodite and all of these people that are gods over different emotions and characteristics of thought. But we're not dealing with that. We want to be Caligula,
Hold on,
having sex with each other, going to jail.
Everybody talk about Zeus. Everybody talk about Zeus and all this shit. Nobody understand that the Greeks was black. Most of the Greeks was black back in the day.
The Greeks stole what they call the hidden legacy. When you go see the stolen legacy, you see the hidden legacy. And that's why they look the way they look, with curly hair, dark eyes, and olive skin. It's not because they're on the Mediterranean. It's because of the history of what they got in their bloodline. That's why the rest of the world look at them like they do. The same for the Italian and the Irish. But we got to learn our history. Then we learn their history, bro. Then we understand who we are. We are the beginning. We shouldn't be in prison. Because when I was in prison, I had a lesson that the nation gave you called the problem book. And in the problem book, there's a question. And it said if a lion is in the cage that's 12 feet by 6 feet, and he paces himself 12 hours a day, how many miles will that lion walk in 40 years? See? Now think of how big a lion is. A lion is already 6 to 8 feet in length. So if he's walking around in the cage, it's only 12 foot. All he's doing is walking around in a circle. I was that lion, bro, in that damn cage. And if the lion is a beast, what am I? Am I a man? When will we make our children see that that's not the thing, bro? Stop being a monster, animal, or beast, bro, and start being a man that becomes a god. That's what we're teaching our children. So he won't be on these football fields talking about I'm a beast, when he should be saying I'm a football god. In everything that we do, we got to start being better, bro. I'm just tired.
Nah, that's real. Nah, that's real.
Tired of
Well,
hearing this shit, bro.
that's what I was trying to say, John. When some people got to go through a lot of things to realize, man, that it got to be a better way. And that's what I said. It struck out to me when you got locked up. You was like, nah, this ain't for me, man. And you got out and changed your whole way of thinking. See, we got to change our way of thinking before we could uh, be progressive in our own life. You know, we can't do dumb stuff and believe that something good is gonna come out of it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I was
Right?
saying.
Hey, Jay, I feel you. I'm gonna be honest. When I went to prison and I came home, I learned prison was college for me in the street.
Yep.
So the
Yep.
only thing I learned in prison was how not to go back. I didn't stop
Yes.
committing crime.
Yeah, that's true.
Like word up, and
Tabernacle.
that's what I teach the children now. Like, hey, even that didn't make me stop committing crime, because I did more things when I came out of prison than I did when I went to get to go to prison. You understand? And I didn't really learn right away. Like, nigga, you just beat a murder charge. They was giving you 25 years for the rest of your life, and now you home in 6 years. I didn't really see that at that time, but when I met a woman that looked at me and said, I'm going to give that man a son. And I didn't know her, but she said that to my boy. And a few years later, we had a son. I knew that I couldn't be that guy no more, bro. Because if I gave him one day of seeing me like that, then there would be no excuse for me to try to deter him from being like that. And I would lose my son in a way that I would be regretful. I couldn't live with that. Not when I'm going to kill anything that moves. I'll bite a brick and kill a tree and make a rock bleed, niggas, for my son. You understand? For my children.
Right.
So there's the only thing that I could do is say, yo, if you love him so much, nigga, straighten your life up. So that's when the process began. And it took me years then, because a lot of people that I was living with and around for was dependent on me being the way I was. So even that took time, but I had to make a decision at some point. Like, bro, change your life or you're not going to have none. And that's what we must be teaching our children, the value of all things in the world, bro, is the life that you got. Because if I gave you $10 million today and told you couldn't wake up tomorrow, which one would you take? Would you take the money or would you take tomorrow? And that's why we got to speak to our children, bro. Are you going to love today and live for tomorrow? Or you just going to live for something foolish today and don't have no tomorrow? And that's what's going on with this prison system.
Exactly.
Nah, that's real talk, man. I appreciate y'all coming on here, man. Stone C supposed to be going live here at 11:30. And then everybody else, man, y'all go subscribe to my man Monkey Man channel, Jersey Rich. Subscribe to King of New Jersey, Marky's channel. Ja is in the building, Jay Rollins in the building. Stone C, he about to go and carry it over. Y'all go check out his channel at 11:30. And man, I appreciate y'all. I'm about to get off. I gotta go make some runs. Man, this was a great build. Y'all check me out a little bit later, man. Y'all hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, and I'm gonna hit y'all up a little bit later. And you already know. Salute to all y'all kings, man. I appreciate y'all.
Yo, peace to the gods on earth. You already know, God. Hey, Stone, send me the link.
All right.